This is a recovered episode from the forbidden broadcast known only as Red Neon Justice. A myth, a memory, a message embedded in static. If you're new here, don't try to understand everything at once. Just feel it. Let it wash over you like a half-remembered dream. And if you've seen the Scarab before, welcome back. You already know what was taken from you. This is episode 4, codename Out of Frame.
Red Neon Justice, episode 4, Out of Frame. The signal ignites. We are thrown, without warning or gentle hand, into the very heart of the chaos. The camera, a frenzied phantom, stalks a figure cloaked in shadow and startling crimson. This is the Red Scarab, a name whispered like a forgotten myth on the grimy wind. He sprints, a blur of desperate motion, down the rain-slicked, neon-drenched arteries of Nelton Ectitor's forgotten backstreets. Synth metal walls, scarred by forgotten advertising, echo the rising wail of sirens, not the city's law, but something far more insidious. He hooks a razor-sharp corner, and in that instant, a snap of energy. From his wrist, a laser, thin as a thought, lashes out, finding purchase on a leaning pole. He swings, a breathtaking, impossible arc, catapulting over a concrete barricade, a human pendulum of desperate defiance. They are behind him, not the blue-clad police, but the silent, predatory hunters of Obelisk 9, private security forged in the black halls of an off-grid media empire. They are fast, too fast. One, a hulking shadow, closes the distance, a guttural shout tearing through the urban hum. He's got the fragment. The Scarab, without a break in his rhythm, responds. A flick of his wrist. Another whip-thin beam of red light, precise as a surgeon's blade, slices through the air, carving a street sign clean from its rusted post. The heavy metal, still flickering with the ghost of obsolete ads, slams into the charging agent. He crumples, a heap of corporate tech and bone, impacting a glowing monolith of artificial sweetness, a vending machine, but not one you know. This is Null Co., a sparkling pink Ethelian soda, its glyph-scripted branding alien and alluring. The machine shatters in a slow-motion symphony of bursting glass and luminous liquid, its sickly sweet glow bathing the fallen agent in an otherworldly light. What the Scarab stole remains a mystery. Not yet revealed, but he holds it, and some unseen force will stop at nothing to retrieve it. He gains a rooftop, pulling himself up, chest heaving, the harsh glow of Nelton Ectitor bleeding across his masked face. He pauses, a precious, stolen breath. Below, the sirens wail, closer now, a hungry chorus. Then, with the conviction of a man embracing the void, he leaps. But there is no fall. His wrists flare, twin lines of laser light lashing out, anchoring to the distant, towering structures of the district. He swings, a breathtaking, physics-bending arc, soaring over the chasms between buildings. At the very apex of one such swing, he spins, a click from his belt, and a radiant, almost ethereal grid of pure red light spreads from his back, forming elegant, demonic wings. He glides, a silent, crimson specter, an out-of-frame silhouette against the controlled sky, a demon caught mid-flight. And just as the moment crystallizes into something impossibly cool, stylish, and free, the music rips, a violent, jarring cut that shatters the illusion. His glide ends with brutal finality. He crashes, not landing, but slamming through the aged, grimy glass roof of an abandoned rooftop greenhouse. Shards explode around him, light filters down through the broken panes, and he lands hard on cold, damp concrete amidst overgrown, decaying synth plants. He's hurt, bleeding from a fresh cut on his arm. Something is profoundly, viscerally wrong. Inside the humid, glass-strewn silence of the ruined greenhouse, she is waiting. The woman, the one seen only in fractured glimpses. Tall, unnervingly still, her face a living screen. It flickers through static like a dying signal, but every time it stabilizes, it projects a different human face. Young, old, screaming, smiling, weeping. You realize with a chilling clarity, they are not hers. She wears 1,000 stolen memories, dozens of lives, worn and discarded. She is the archive host, a living conduit of the system's absolute control over cognition, a terrifying fragment of the Vault network. Her voice, modulated and eerie, echoes through the humid air. It carries a chilling, almost taunting familiarity that strikes a raw chord deep within the Scarab's masked soul. "The edit you stole is not complete," she states, her screen face flickering through a stern, familiar expression before settling on a cold, impassive mask. "Return it, and I'll erase your face cleanly." The Red Scarab doesn't flinch. Not visibly, but he is shaken. He recognizes the subtle cruelty in her words, the knowledge she possesses. This woman, this archive host, is far more than a bodyguard. She is the system's editor, the very reason people in this city forget the truth. She is why no one remembers the bombings, the endless disappearances. She is why no one remembers the Red Scarab's real name, a name she just subtly hinted at knowing. They fight. It's a brutal, glitch-ridden ballet of light and shadow, magnified by reality-distorting static. She doesn't bleed. Physical blows simply cause her screen face to rewind itself, playing a new, undamaged expression. She overloads him with screaming feedback, waves of distorted images and sounds that threaten to scramble his own mind. He moves with desperate agility, deflecting, evading, his laser whip snapping through the air. He knows he can't kill her. Not in the traditional sense. She is a conduit, a loop, endlessly replaying the system's design. With a sudden burst of desperate insight, he activates his twin laser circles. They flare in his palms, spinning like miniature red halos, not as offensive weapons, but as tools of disruption. He projects them, twin discs of pure energy, aimed not at her body, but at the signal she embodies. The circles expand, swirling around her. For a moment, her screen face freezes, stuck on a single, heartbreaking image, a child's face, crying, before the entire image distorts into a cascade of pure static. He hasn't destroyed her, but he has briefly shattered her connection, her control. He looks at her, a profound sadness and pain in his masked eyes. "You're not the editor," he says, his voice low, raw, reverberating through the decaying greenhouse. "You're just the loop." He doesn't wait for her to recover. He turns and runs, crashing through another fragile glass wall, leaving her momentarily trapped in her own static. The final shot. He's on a desolate rooftop, the vast neon grid of Nelton Ectitor stretching to the polluted horizon. He's still bleeding, but his mission is complete. He pulls out the stolen archive, a sleek, hardened data drive, labeled in stark red glyphs. Archive_vault_07_red_frame_unedited. He plugs the drive into a hidden terminal he always carries, a small, battered device. Static fills the screen. A single, fragmented file begins to play, a low hum preceding a voice. It's a voice, muffled, ancient, imbued with a strange, impossible hope. If you're hearing this, the voice whispers from the vault, a forgotten echo across frequencies. You survived the first cut.